let's get into the foolery and ratchetry. Tom, do you want to tell everybody what the hoopla was about Boosie?
Basically, he was on like how dudes be in the hood on that trying to get his son to get some pussy
from a 35-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm. And not, but the thing is that he don't think there's anything wrong with it, and that's the issue. But Boosie, I don't see. To me, I'm not mad at what Boosie said because I'd expect that out of Boosie because of the person he is. To me, the bigger issue is everybody that was cool with it and thinking that he's the man for letting his kid do that when psychologically that could kind of damage your kid. You know what I mean?
Right. Because I think when it comes to young boys, people don't look at that as rape.
They think it's being cool, but at the end of the day,
but there's a lot of people who are our age who now you're finding out had experiences like that when they were young boys, and even at the time they didn't see nothing wrong with it. Like they didn't look at it as a violation.
Right.
A lot of the stuff that we did back, but that's the problem. The people that's our age and older, you got to recognize what was going on back then was wrong and be able to know and have the sense to speak out and say it was wrong or just change it. Even like with the fighting pit bulls, doing all of that stuff. You know what I mean? The bullying, all that stuff, talking about gay people, all that stuff. Like, it's a different society, grabbing girls' butts, all that stuff. You can't do that now. Like, I don't even know why people still think it's cool to think that. I don't know how. I think his son's like 15 or something like that. I don't know how old Boosie's son is, but how do you feel like that?
Wow.
He's 12. That's even worse. But like, how do you feel like that's cool? You know what I mean? Talking about I wish Boosie was my dad.
Then also with the I think. When it comes to that mentality, the 12-year-old might not even look at it as a violation either, and he might even be telling his friends like,
like the cool factor.
I got hit from a
First, we have to look at exactly, because if we're looking at the situation where how these kids are being brought up in the type of environment that they're being brought up in, like, you know what I'm saying? So they are looking at it like it's okay, like it's cool, it's a rite of passage per se, quote unquote, or whatever. The problem that I have with it is him being a grown black man and he gets on live and on Instagram and does these rants and says all of this crazy shit. Like, everything ain't for everybody. Like, even if you did do that shit for your son or you had that shit done to your son, why fucking tell the world that shit?
Well,
why tell the world that shit?
Because that's molestation at the end of the day. That's molestation at the end of the day. But
absolutely.
Is it molestation or is it rape?
It's child abuse. It's child abuse too.
But I look at it more so too. A person that's outgoing with an outgoing personality and they're 12, 13, you're not going to do that to. His son is probably introvert, and he probably did that too. Like, you know what I mean? You're not going to force your son that's already outgoing to try to have sex. He's trying to do that to try to force him to be straight. But at the end of the day, how do you know that your son don't want to be like that? Like, you're forcing something on your son that you probably don't even know that he likes. You know what I mean? So
and do you know that it was Now, do you think that it was quote unquote forced per se, or that he maybe said it to his son and his son was all the way with it?
But his son probably ain't got the same name, because I even remember how the old heads used to talk to us. Like, when we was younger, the old heads used to talk to us crazy. The quiet ones, it'd be like, nigga, you ain't getting no pussy. Like, you know what I mean? We can get you some pussy. You know what I mean? But the ones who was outgoing, the old heads ain't care about them. They thought that they was out in the street doing whatever. You know what I mean? So I think Boosie's son probably more of an introvert, and he won't probably force that upon him. Like,
right. Or because he might have came home one day and said, like, no girls was talking to me, and you know what I'm saying? He might not even just be ready for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
I think it might have been on a video game. Like, nigga, get off the video game.
At the age when my kids hit certain ages, the shit that they were doing at those ages and the shit that I was doing at that age was on 2 different levels. Like, you know what I'm saying? On way too, like, the wide range was like, okay, at 13 I was doing this, and at 13, like, I can't imagine my 13-year-old right now doing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were kids doing the most shit at a young age, whereas though, like, now you're like, and then, like, everything is so open. So, like, what if Boosie seen his son watching a TikTok video or a YouTube video that he didn't approve of? Maybe it was too feminine for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm about to go get I'm gonna get you a blowjob. You ain't gonna be, you know what I mean? Because I see it like that too. Like, you know what I mean?
That too. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. That right there. Like, kind of, you gonna force your ways on somebody else.
That's 12 years old. 12 years old is still like a young child. Like, just let them.
It is. It's not still like, it is a young child. It's not like, it is a young child. And that's why I said it's child abuse. For him to get on a live video and say that and no charges are pending against him, that's child abuse.
But I feel like I know people like that, either older than me, that's my either cousin or family members, or just friends that's older than me, that if I was their kid, they would have been on that same shit. Like, and then they don't really see that there's anything wrong with it. That's the problem. Exactly.
Yes.
So, but then everybody want to get mad at Dwayne Wade for actually
Boosie and Wade's fatherhood. Is that was that what they were trying to compare? Like, I didn't know.
Yeah, people don't understand. Like, as far as like with everybody, like, I would rather have Boosie as my dad than Wade. No, like, I would love for my parents to take my feelings into consideration and stand behind me 100%. Like, I don't see anything wrong with Wade, but I mean, I guess it's just how crazy his son is going right now. Everybody think it's Dwayne Wade's fault, but I'm proud that he's still be able to stay behind his son or whatever.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't and I think that, and that's what makes me parent my kid in a different way, because I know, especially within the Black community, when we was kids, we didn't have no voice. What we said did not matter. You're going to do as you're told, and that's that.
Boy,
didn't matter. So, you know, me parenting in a different way, I do want to take my daughter's feelings into consideration and actually hear what she's saying, you know?
Yeah. Now, who knows how Dwayne Wade's son will be in 10 years? He might not even want to be like that, but at the end of the day, you got to let him be who he is. Like, don't try to change who he is, just because that's how you get depressed and end up trying to kill yourself. With somebody trying to change the person you are.
As a parent of grown children and raising kids and them going through their different stages and going through their year, like, you know, the different years or whatever. Like, when I was going through those things, like, I didn't understand it, but as a mom, and I had 3 grown children, and the stages that they were going in through life, and the trouble that they was getting into, the shit that they was going through, the different phases, the more we bumped heads, the more I tried to tell them what to do, the more they wanted to do it, the more we bumped heads or whatever. We did not become friends until they are now older, and it's only because at the end of the day, they are their own person, regardless of what. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's your kid, but they are their own person. They gonna walk their own path in life. No matter what you try to teach them and tell them what to do, they still have to walk their own path in life. So with Dwayne Wade loving his son, regardless of the path that he walked, like, that's how I looked at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of the path that he's walking, my responsibility is to be his dad and to love him. Period. That's it. That's it. Like, so I don't know, like, with Boosie, like, I don't know what he's doing, and I'm really offended by that shit.
He on that, my son ain't gonna be no punk. He on that type of shit.
That shit is crazy as hell to me.
It's ignorant. It's ignorant.
It really is.
But, I mean, again, like I said, I ain't shocked about Boosie. I'm just shocked about how many older people thinking it's cool.
Right.
Now, if you like 20, 21, and you make a little comment talking about school, okay. But I'm seeing grown people, like, in their 30s talking about it's cool. Like, that's weird to me.
That's crazy.
In 30s and 40s.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And if there are fathers out there of sons who actually think that there's something about the way Dwayne Wade is loving his son, I'm gonna look at you sideways.
Well, I don't think they. I don't even think that they even get to that point. They're what they see they don't see beyond the surface level. They see young black male expressing himself as a woman and not just turn them off to the point where they don't even consider what Dwayne Wade's doing. They're blaming him for the son's decisions. That's how I look at it. So
Yeah.
once you start digging underneath the surface, you realize that it's not about the choices. It's more so about him being behind them in the support system. You know what I mean?
To this day, right now, this very day, right now, I am not in agreement with what my adult children do.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They are still my children, and I love them. Like,
okay. That's how my mom probably feel about me.
I'm not in support of some of the choices that they're making at this very moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm a parent. You know what I'm saying? You don't just
walk. Also, when it comes to parenting too, I feel like as a kid, if you kind of like don't rebel against what your parents were saying or trying to make you do or tell you to do, they can kind of like have that stronghold on you all the way up into like your later years in life.
Ain't that
like,
with any type of relationship?
Onto you what they feel like you should be doing with your life. So I think having that rebellious type period is healthy.
I wouldn't even say rebellious.
I look at it because I mean, like we were saying before, you teach people how to treat you, and sometimes your parents can't comprehend that you do have your own journey and you do have your own path, regardless of what you want me to do. This is what I'm doing.
Well, I wouldn't say rebellious though, but you definitely got to stand up for yourself and put your foot down.
Yeah.
As far as I don't think you got to be rebellious though. You think
right.
so?
I mean, but it would be rebelling against your parents if your parents see a path that they want you to be on, but you see a different path for yourself, then you would be rebelling against what your parents want for you to do. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing.
Whatever she's rebelling in, going against is like the ultimate worst thing. It might be that my mom wants me in at 11 o'clock, but I'm not coming in until 1. Like, I think 11 o'clock is too early. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not the extreme rebel, but it's still being rebellious against what
But
your
I don't
parents
feel like that right there would benefit you. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just want to put your foot down. I don't know if being rebellious would actually help, though. Mess around and get you in the foster home. You rebel too much.
I mean, no, but I think we're looking at rebellion
keep standing out if you want.
Like, there's certain people, like, even if who's that guy who we watch on YouTube, Hassan Minhaj.
Yeah.
He was talking about how his parents wanted him to be a doctor, but he's like, I want to be a comedian. Like, so that is a level of rebellion. I mean, he ended up being successful because he wanted to put his all into being a comedian. So it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. At the time, his parents was looking at it as a bad thing because they're like, you want to be a clown? Like, but it ended up panning out for him. So I don't think like rebellion is always negative.
Right.
But you were saying parents, but I feel like that's with everything. I feel like it's business, relationships, everything. You gotta put your foot down, or you're gonna lose your leverage.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna lose your leverage.
Absolutely. Shout out to Dwayne Wade again for supporting and loving his son, the things that he's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But in the same sense, like no man wants their son to be gay. Like, let's just keep it all the way funky. Like, nobody wants their son to be gay. No man wants their son to be gay. No woman either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody wants their child to be different. Let me just put it that way. Like, nobody wants their child to be different.
Unless they're different already.
Different, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
A lot of times, though, like, I think the people after us is more so they just like, we want our kids to be happy regardless of what they are.
Right. Right.
I'm just glad that we grew up in a society where it's like socially acceptable. Because if this was like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, oh my goodness, they would be having Dwayne Wade's head.
Yeah.
In a stick.